I'd like to begin by giving the definition of this notion. What is progress? Well, progress can be defined as an improvement, a development, or a change. It can be a social, technical, or scientific advance that contributes to making the world a better place. And what better example to illustrate this notion than India, a true symbol of growth and development in today's modern society. In fact, you can't even talk about progress without mentioning what is considered to be the world's largest democracy's journey, from an overpopulated British colony to the superpower it is today. However, in some aspects more than others, this country fails to live up to the hype. In this respect, one may raise the following question. To what extent is India emblematic of the idea of progress? First of all, I'll be studying this country's accomplishments in different sectors throughout the years before focusing on the setbacks of its development process. Since its independence in 1947, the Indian governmental structure has drastically changed. No longer part of the British Commonwealth, India became an independent democratic republic, with a president elected by the citizens, a prime minister, and a council of ministers. This kick-started the growth spurt of the economy. Let's take the services sector, for example. It accounted for 63% of India's GDP in 2009. And as per the Central Statistical Organization, this figure has continued to grow in the years to follow. Lead indicators suggest that this sector's expansion rate will not be slowing down anytime soon, making it India's most productive field. Second of all, we have the industry sector, which accounts for 20% of India's GDP. As a matter of fact, a document we studied in class entitled High-Tech Cities gives an interesting depiction of the evolution. In the interview, we see the changes through Saricha's eyes, a young Indian entrepreneur who just came back to her homeland from the States. She soon notices the development in the teleservices and IT technology. Many multinational firms have outsourced their teleservices and information services to India as they are attracted by the English-speaking, low-wage, and highly educated workforce. Finally, India has in the past heavily relied on the agriculture. And while it has not had the most interesting growth rate, it still accounts for 17.5% of India's GDP according to the 2009 statistics we studied in class. It is also interesting to mention that India is dabbling into the biotech sector, which is said to be growing rapidly and will hopefully play a huge role in reviving the agriculture's growth. On the other hand, despite its spectacular evolution and noteworthy accomplishments, India is still lacking in other departments. One of the huge issues the country is struggling with is poverty. In fact, according to a 2005 World Bank estimate, 42% of the population is living below the poverty line. The social gaps are as steep as ever. Furthermore, inequalities are becoming an everyday occurrence in India. In this perspective, a document we studied in class, entitled India's Girls Go Missing, offers valuable insight on an important side of these inequalities. The recording reveals the rising number of gender-selective abortions, despite it being illegal, making India a male-dominated society. It goes to show how parents are willing to go to such lengths to construct their families with less girls, as it is more financially secure, since, according to Indian tradition, the bride's family has to pay the grooms a dowry, one which many families are not able to afford. Therefore, boys and girls are not given the same chances in India. Newborn baby girls often get discarded in orphanages. In addition, the pollution is a major problem for a country as large as India, not only due to the atmospheric pollution, but also the damage that is done to India's natural landscape as we speak. All things considered, India's evolution, despite the many setbacks, is still an impressive progress process. I think this country has great potential to get past the social and environmental issues and rise to become one of, if not the world's most powerful.